All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful and, most accessible tools we have for our mental well-being, and that's exercise. It's kind of like an antidote that's available to pretty much all of us, and the science of how it actually rewires our brains is, well, it's just absolutely fascinating.
You know that feeling, right? That constant grind of stress, maybe a little bit of anxiety creeping in, or just feeling totally overwhelmed by, well, everything. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. It's a universal human thing, but for a lot of people, it can become a real struggle.
And just to put this into perspective, to really get the scale of what we're talking about, the World Health Organization says that depression is the single #1 cause of disability on the entire planet. That is a staggering fact, and it just shows why finding effective, accessible ways to feel better is so, so important. So first up, let's talk about that amazing link between our minds and our bodies. And spoiler alert, it goes way deeper than just building muscle.
Look, we all get it. Exercise is good for our bodies. Stronger heart, better lungs, you know the drill. But this whole explainer is really built around one big question. What if the most profound, the most life-changing impact of moving our bodies isn't physical at all? What if it's all happening in our minds?
Okay, so now we're going to pop the hood and take a look at the science of feeling good. Let's see what's actually going on inside your brain when you start to move. So your body has this command center for stress. It's called the HPA axis. Think of it as your internal alarm system. Now, when you're stressed out all the time, that alarm can get stuck in the on position. But regular physical activity, it helps to recalibrate the whole system, making it work better and lowering levels of the stress hormone cortisol. Basically, you build up a better tolerance to stress.
And of course, we have to talk about the famous endorphins. This is the whole runner's high you've probably heard about. When you exercise, your brain releases these incredible chemicals. They're like natural mood boosters, nature's painkillers, and they directly go to work fighting the symptoms of depression and anxiety.
But hold on, it's not just about endorphins. Exercise unleashes a whole cocktail of awesome brain chemicals. You've got endocannabinoids, which make you feel calm and happy. You've got this stuff called BDNF, which is like a protectant for your brain cells. And it helps optimize things called catecholamines, which are key for focus and mood. It really is a full system upgrade for your brain. So we know how it works in the brain, but what does it actually do in the real world? Let's look at the proof when it comes to exercise and specific mental illnesses. Now get this, because this is one of the most stunning findings out there. For some types of depression, research has shown that a regular exercise routine can be just as effective, and in some cases even more effective, than antidepressant medication. That makes it an incredibly powerful alternative, or even something to do alongside therapy, often without the side effects. And the benefits just keep going. For folks dealing with schizophrenia, getting active can actually help lessen some of the symptoms. For those struggling with alcohol dependence, it's a huge tool for managing cravings. And hey, for anyone who's just not sleeping well, exercise can seriously improve your sleep quality, helping you get more of that deep, restorative rest you need. I think this quote from the research really just nails it, especially when we're talking about addiction. Exercise doesn't just distract you. It gives you a healthy, enjoyable replacement that actively fights the stress and improves the mental health issues that are often at the root of it all.
All right, let's zoom in on a specific practice that takes this mind-body connection to a whole other level. Yoga. This is about so much more than just a workout at the gym.
See, yoga is what's called a mind-body intervention. Now, what does that mean? It basically means you're using your mind, your focus, your breath, your awareness to directly influence how your body is functioning. It's like you're creating an active partnership between your brain and your body. And this is hardly a new fad. The roots of yoga go back thousands of years. For centuries, it's been a practice for connecting the mind and body. And what's cool is that today, modern science is finally catching up and proving just how incredible its therapeutic effects on our mental health really are. So, what's the secret sauce with yoga? It's this unique mix of physical poses, controlled breathing, and meditation. That trio works together to trigger something called the relaxation response. It's like hitting the off switch for your body's fight-or-flight stress mode and calming your whole nervous system down. Okay, we've covered the why and the how. Now let's get to the most important part, building your own mental health toolkit and figuring out how to make all this work for you. If you're going to remember one number, make it this one, 150. That's the magic number.
Health experts all over the world recommend 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise every week. That breaks down to just over 20 minutes a day. Totally doable, right? That's the target for unlocking all these amazing benefits. But here is the most crucial takeaway of all. You do not have to go run a marathon tomorrow. You don't have to become some elite athlete. The science is super clear on this. Even a small amount of regular movement is enough to give you real, tangible benefits. It's not about intensity, it's all about consistency.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. In a world full of complex treatments and fancy therapies, what if one of the best prescriptions for your mind has been with you this whole time? What if the most powerful thing you can do for your mental health today is to just get up and move your body?